Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here, coming at you with a game from the TSL, actually. I'm going to be doing one of the qualifying matches from the Team Liquid Star League right here, and I'm very much looking forward to this match. I guess this is from the qualifier stages, and basically, if you don't know how it works, there's they had a ladder tournament, and the top 48 players in the ladder got seeded into a set of qualifiers where the bottom half play each other, and then they play the next top 12, and then they play the next top 12 to get into the actual TSL. This is going to be between G5 and ClouD. We have G5 here in the top left area of the map, and we have ClouD playing the blue Protoss here at the bottom right part of the map. This is the map destination, by the way. It's the map, if you look over the mini-map, it's kind of got a ramp down to a natural expansion. Let me just show you here, in case you're not familiar with destination. So we got a ramp that you can hold. There's this little mineral pile behind here that sometimes people get up to various hijinks and mine that out and get in the back of the other guy's base. We've got a natural expansion here and a couple bridges, which can be very, very easy to hold. So that is often, obviously the ramp is going to be easier to hold, but the bridges can be a very good point to hold as well. So it makes for some interesting play. Sometimes defensive play that way. Anyway, so we got G5 starting up here in the top left, like I said. Both players just going straight for gateways. Pretty standard Protoss versus Protoss play to start off with. We're going to see, often in these high-level PvPs, we see both players even sometimes go for exactly the same build, and then it comes down to micro a lot of the time. But we are actually seeing a little bit of a variation already with ClouD going for an earlier assimilator, and he's going to go for a very quick tech build here. G5 has put down an extra pylon already. Probably going to produce zealots a little bit earlier. We may see ClouD just skip the zealots. Yeah, there's the zealot starting off there. And ClouD is also producing a zealot, actually, but he's going to have his pylon a little bit behind, so he may have to stop pro. Well, it looks like he might be able to keep up pro production here. But either way, he's going to have more gas earlier. G5's going to have a little bit more money in the bank in that sense. Now, this is a very interesting matchup. These players are both incredibly, incredibly capable players. It's just, sometimes it ends up that, top-level players end up in the bottom of the bracket just because they didn't play as much, or because they just didn't have enough time to ladder all the way up, or maybe they just didn't really care that much and they just wanted to qualify and didn't care where they qualified. And so you can sometimes end up with very high-level players in the bottom end of the ladder, playing in the lower level qualifiers, and this is a match which is similar, which is that kind of an instance basically, where you have someone like G5 who recently actually went to Korea to play in the inF tournament and famously beat Boxer. Yes, G5, the player we were seeing right here, actually beat the legend Boxer in that tournament, did very well in that tournament indeed. Now, ClouD is kind of a mystery here. He is a player that has in the past been one of the top form Protosses in the entire world, and he's capable of some really top-level play, but he kind of hasn't been playing a lot in the last year or so. He famously came in second in that tournament with Noni, where he barely lost to Noni in the last game, and it looks like we might, I thought he was setting up for a mana pylon there. If he could get a pylon there and trap a few probes, that would have been pretty good. Anyway, but he came in second in the tournament that Nuni won, that basically helped get him to Korea. And so ClouD was a very, very high-level player, but he's kind of stopped playing. We haven't seen him, at least, in a lot of tournaments or anything like that lately. So, he's been a little bit out of practice, from my understanding. But he did say in his his interview, his pre-qualifier interview, that he has been practicing a lot more. He went to World Cyber Games Grand Finals. He didn't do too well in that, but he said after that he kind of wanted to get back into it. He's been practicing more, and now he's been practicing up for TSL to get ready for it. And G5 also just, like I said, just a generally very good player. So we're seeing a very, very, very high-level Protoss versus Protoss game. Hopefully it's going to get epic very, very soon. Looks like the slight variations in the beginning, pretty much just evening out here. Nothing really too much going on. Both players look at that, almost exactly the same place in their Dragoon range upgrades. Looks like G5 might be pushing in here to put a little pressure on, or maybe not. I guess he's going to fall back. And here we have ClouD holding those bridges. He's partly what he's doing by doing this is he's holding those bridges for an attack, but also he's putting his forces a little bit more forward to protect so that G5 cannot scout to see if this expansion has gone up. In fact, both of them have expansions up at almost exactly the same time. So we're seeing nearly mirror builds here from these players. And again, that's what you see a lot in high-level PvP play, is both players will sometimes go for the same build, and it'll be very, very, very close between both players for a long time. Again, Robo's going up almost exact same time as well. We're not seeing, though, let's see. Yeah, I only see a single gateway here from Cloud. G5 has two gateways out. He's starting to produce a lot more units because he's got that second gateway going on. I'm not sure what... let's see. Well, let's look at their armies. Cloud may have actually been putting out more forces. Yeah, Cloud has a Dragoon or two extra, so he actually has been producing more forces instead of saving up for the extra gateway. But that will pretty much even out pretty soon as well. Both players seem to be content just hanging around in their bases and protecting what they have, getting that expansion running, and then we'll probably see one or the other push out with once they get Reavers in play, is what I'm expecting. Let's see. Yeah, okay, Observatory first for G5. Pretty safe there, just in case. He hasn't had a scout in Cloud's base for a long time. He doesn't know if Cloud decided to go for a DT rush or anything like that. He'd never got a scout in, I don't think, to see this expansion going up. So again, he has no idea what's going to be coming here. He needs to get those observers out just in case there was